The Bloodline is an interesting talking point at the minute, in my opinion. I feel as if the Bloodline storyline has taken a massive, massive dip. SmackDown has become a lot more unwatchable, I would say, more recently. But the Bloodline stuff isn't as worth investing in as it once was, maybe a year ago, maybe just like even just over a year ago. You know, since WrestleMania and since Solo took over, it's something that has taken quite the different role, if you will, on SmackDown. And I kind of want to do a video talking about it and kind of not talking about where I think it's going to go, but kind of talking about what the problems might be, but also try and find some positives within it all. But yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes along and kind of just want to ramble at the camera about it a bit. So anyway, I am Leo, this is the Wrestling Retrospective, and let's talk about the Bloodline. So as of last night on SmackDown, we got the announcement and the contract sign or whatever of Solo, Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Now me, it's a match I don't understand why we're doing. It's a match I'm not particularly bothered about because of the way the Bloodline have been booked over the probably last few months. Probably not since WrestleMania, but just more recently since Solo's kind of been wanting to be to the world title scene, probably since about Clash of the Castle, sorry, where Solo kind of was first going for that world title shot. And the reason it's kind of bugging me so much is because SmackDown within itself has kind of become harder to watch. It's not that interesting. Like, SmackDown was at one point the A show in WWE and was so good. But like over the last few months, it's kind of fallen off a bit. Things in general aren't great and interesting, not just the Bloodline. But obviously the biggest parts of SmackDown involve the Bloodline. Now, you could just say, oh, because Roman's not around, it's not worth it, but that's not the case. I feel like this could have quite easily survived without Roman. You know, we were all very excited when people like the Guerrillas of Destiny, so Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, when Jacob Fatu came in was pretty good. But kind of since then, it's kind of lost its momentum in my opinion. I feel as if, you know, it's more of a drag to get through. Everything's very repetitive. It's always they attack somebody or Tama Tonga and Tangaloa get attacked. They have the issue of Tangaloa kind of being a meme at this point, more than it is getting taken more seriously as the Bloodline once was. And it seems like, at least in my opinion, this whole Bloodline war that we thought we were going to get at War Games, at Survivor Series, isn't going to happen, or if it does, it's not going to be as grand as it should have been. And I don't know why that is the thing. And for me, it comes down to booking, and it comes down to the fact that Solo has now lost to Cody clean on multiple occasions, and also the matches that he's had with Cody weren't particularly good. The steel cage match was probably better than the single match they had on pay-per-view. I can't remember for the life of me what pay-per-view it was. It might have been Clash at the Castle, but not 100% sure. And it just feels like Solo's kind of finished in this one, and like there's more attention on Jacob Fatu now, which is fully understandable. He is a very good athlete, and you know, someone they can definitely be the future of in the company. But, you know, we're now in a situation where we've got a tag match between Cody and Roman, and we've got Solo and Jacob on the other side, and it feels like Solo has to take the pin somehow, even though he's supposed to be the tribal chief that we're supposed to take seriously. Now, we all know that Roman is the original tribal chief, and everyone sees him as the tribal chief, but if Solo's going to go around saying that he's the tribal chief, then he should be held to the standard of a tribal chief, and he has done far away from that. Like, you know, the whole losing as consequences thing got thrown straight out the window because all Solo does at that point, especially in important matches, is lose. And it just really doesn't make any sense to me why and how we've got to this point. Like, Tangaloa becoming a meme is not WWE's fault, it kind of just how it's gone, but they could still make him look more serious. Like on NXT last week, when they attacked the Street Profits, that's the kind of Bloodline we needed to see, one that looked dominant, looked like a force, like a massive threat within the WWE, like the Usos and Roman did, and sometimes Sami Zayn, like over the past, well, in 2023 into 2022, and it's like it just doesn't have the same feel to it, and I don't understand how this has happened, other than booking alone, and the fact that Solo isn't really a proper leader from what we've seen so far, and the thing is that like I know I could. It seems like I'm just going to sit here and complain about the Bloodline, complain about booking and all that stuff, but I hope it does turn around. I hope that maybe the reappearance of The Rock may help this out, and maybe it's The Rock who's actually the leader of all this, and Solo's been told to call himself the Tribal Chief so no one will know The Rock is behind it or something. I don't know, that's pure speculation, but you know, it feels like the only thing that can save this model of the Bloodline with Solo, the Guerrillas of Destiny, Jacob, is either Jacob leaving it, going out on his own, and then it kind of disbands within itself, or we have The Rock come in and he does something that saves it, more or less. Like, we've got the fact that Hikuleo is apparently signed, but he hasn't showed up at all. You know, Jimmy Uso is rumoured to return nearly every week after SmackDown. We have to somehow configure Jey Uso into this as well if we're going to get this whole Bloodline war thing. But, you know, the advertising Survivor Series a lot. I know we have Bad Blood first, but it just feels like we're not going to get to see this Bloodline War Games match that we all assumed we were going to get back at WrestleMania. And it's a massive shame, because I feel like it will be like one of the biggest matches of the year. It would see another culmination of a Bloodline storyline that should have been mega, and it's kind of disappointing that we haven't got to that point. But I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm just chatting shit. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I've got some good points. I don't. I feel like I do, but you know, I could be wrong. But you know, I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. What you take of all this Bloodline stuff. Do you think Cody and Reigns working together against this Bloodline's going to work? Does it feel necessary that we need the tag match at Bad Blood? Because I don't feel like we do. We could have quite easily had Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns versus Solo and Jacob. But instead we got Cody instead. Is it just a way to get... I know it's like Cody's hometown, but could he be feuding with somebody else going into his hometown? The fact he's not defending his championship at a pay-per-view in the place where he is from really doesn't make much sense to me, but then there isn't really many other people that can challenge him. So, I don't know, I feel like there's loads of factors going into this. I just feel like this isn't a great way to go about this story for now. But as I said, I hope that it gets turned around and something that improves. Going into the end of the year and into WrestleMania, it picks up massively. Right now I can't see it going that way, but as I said, put your views down in the comments and we'll have a talk about it. And yeah, if you like the video, please do give it a like and share and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.